Firstly, congratulations to the Stanford Lady Cardinals on winning the Division I National Championship last night. And hopefully by tonight we'll have the men's D1 champion crowned, either Gonzaga or Baylor. But let's get down to cases. This Easter, I hope we can take some time to reflect on the blessings we enjoy and the hope we have for a brighter future. From our family to yours, we wish you health, hope, joy, and peace. Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter to all, including the radical left crazies who rigged our presidential election and want to destroy our country.
Yeah, if you noticed the photo I just showed you and my changing of the voice, he's back. The jackass is back. You know, I remember that scene from The People vs. Larry Flynn when Larry Flynn, played by Woody Harrelson, went back into Larry Flynn Publishing's in the wheelchair, and that soft, that loud Western voice of his saying, "The purple is back!" Well, for this particular case, the jackass is back. Why are we surprised? This guy's ego is out of control, and it just keeps getting worse. Here's another statement from the President of the United States. Well, the 45th president, the former president. But don't tell him that. He'll go nuts if you call him former president. Take a listen to this.
For years, the radical left Democrats have played dirty by boycotting products with anything from companies that is done or stated in any way that offends them. Now they are going big time with woke cancer culture in our sacred elections. It is finally time for Republicans and conservatives to fight back. We have many more people than they do by far. Boycott Major League Baseball, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, JP Morgan Chase, Viacom, CBS, C Group, Citgo, UPS, and Merrick. Don't go back to their products until they relent. We can play the game better than them. They didn't even get state approval of state legislators, which is mandated under the U.S. Constitution. They rigged and stole the 2020 election, which we won by a landslide. And then on top of that, they boycott and scare companies into submission. Never submit, never give up. The radical left will destroy our country if we let them. We will not become a socialist nation. Happy Easter.
Oh, God. What is with this guy? Seriously, what the hell is wrong with this guy? So you Republicans screamed about cancer culture all last year. And now all of a sudden you want to use cancer culture when it doesn't benefit you? When you can't get the laws you want to restrict voting from African Americans, to make it almost an arrestable offense for us to hand out water where people are standing in line for hours? I need an aspirin right now. I really need some headache. Just get some whatever, something to knock me out of this. Trump, you lost the election. You challenged the election results, which is your right. And you lost again. You went to the Supreme Court, which is your right, although it was dubious, but you lost again. Your Republicans tried to go to the Supreme Court. They lost. You fomented an insurrection on the United States Capitol when you lost the election. When it was about to be when it was certified that Joe Biden won the electoral results. You know, I'm a naive person. I will say that. I was really hoping that for once in his fucked up life, he would just shut his mouth, shut off that, shut off that egomag brain of his, and just stop. Not even on Easter. He didn't even. I'm really sure that this guy doesn't even know what Easter is about. That half the good Christian Trump supporters don't know what Easter is about. I'm not going to do your dirty work for you. I'm not going to explain it here. Because you Christian Trump supporters should know. If you don't know, look back in the Bible. And if you're really that damn lazy, get a copy of The Passion of the Christ. If you can stomach it, because it's one of Mel Gibson's movies, but I'm going to go into that. And maybe you'll learn something. But Trump, just stop. No one stole the damn election from you. You fired your man in Homeland Security, who said there was no election fraud. You fired him. You asked to resign, to have resigned your hand-picked law dog after he said there was no election fraud. You had investigators recount and recount and recount and recount and recount. The election was not stolen from you. I have to ask this question to the Trump supporters out there. When is enough going to be enough for you? Is this the man you really want to get on your knees and worship? Is this the man you want to build the golden calf to? Donald Trump? This guy is leading you to your destruction. No, matter of fact, let me rephrase that. He has led you to destruction. If not from the coronavirus, then by the economics. If not by the economics, because of his damned ego that won't let him see that American lives can be affected by just what he says out loud. I really don't know what else to say to this. But it is fucking pathetic, in my view. It is really pathetic that he would stoop this low. You tried to boycott. See, here's the thing. We got the All-Star game pulled out of Atlanta, out of Georgia, for good reasons. Because your Republican friends, especially Brian Kemp, is trying to rig the election to the Republicans for the vain hopes that you might get reelected, Trump. What you're doing, what you're calling these broadcasts for, is nothing more than just stupidity. It's just a crying of a man who lost his job. Matter of fact, when I saw these statements, someone on Facebook said that Donald Trump is like a disgruntled fired employee who one day gets up, brings a gun to his former workplace and starts shooting people. That's what you're doing, Trump, only you're not the one pulling the trigger. Your supporters are doing it. Your supporters are just eagerly waiting to pull another trigger, to do it again on January 6th. Like they did back then. They killed a cop, 4 other people, injured hundreds of officers. And now you want to talk boycott? Why? Because we called out Brian Kemp and the state of Georgia for restricting voter rights of citizens, mainly African American citizens? That's where this is coming from, Trump? Or maybe because you really think that you still won the election, although all the evidence shows that you lost. Just maybe you believe that somehow you won the election, but you're going to be president again someday. Now, it's a possibility. It's a possibility if you win in 2024, you could be reelected. But that's a very low priority. Because right now, let me remind you of something. You can still be criminally charged and held responsible for January 6th. You still got over 29, what is it? What number is it? Is it 29? No. Over 29 lawsuits hanging over your head. Most of them stemming from January 6th. A lot of it stemming from your time as president. So I want to try sizing myself up for a White House suit now. But as for you Trump supporters, I'm going to ask the question one last time. I'm going to cut this video short. When is enough going to be enough for you people? Are you not embarrassed by this yet? You should be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to say that this man used to be the president. I shouldn't even be calling him former President Donald Trump. I shouldn't even be calling him that. I shouldn't even be calling him the former president of the United States. You know why I'm not going to call him that? Why I shouldn't call him that? Because he didn't act as a president. He didn't act as a leader to this country. He acted like a fool. Day in and day out. We didn't have one day of peace without him acting a jackass on Twitter or on behind the podium, or having one of his victory rallies, or one of his campaign rallies, even during the pandemic, in which numerous people got sick and died. So when is it going to be enough? Is your hatred for Joe Biden that bad? Did you suffer a clown, a traitor, a murderer, a misogynist, a racist, a bigot? Is that really what you want to cling on to? This monster? It must be. Because quite honestly, I don't know whatever explanation I can give that makes any kind of sense. Anyway, by the time you get this video, the game should be on. I'm putting my chips into Gonzaga to win the championship. They've had an amazing year, and especially after Saturday's overtime victory, last second. But don't count Baylor out just yet, because that's what March Madness is all about. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.